Alright, so in this video we're gonna talk about one of the techniques that a hacker uses to gain higher level privileges in a compromised system. In the previous video I have talked about another technique that hacker uses to gain higher level privileges. So let me actually show you those. So you can see right here on the screen, these are the two videos that I am talking about. The previous technique that I have made video on. So this is the theory part and this is the practical part. And this video that we are making is like the another technique for gaining higher level privileges on a compromised computer or Windows computer, right? I will mention the links of those two videos in the description. Check that out. Alright, so let's start the video. In the previous video we have talked about this specific challenge. We were actually trying to steal tokens from existing process, and in this technique what we will be doing is we will be accepting access token from user who authenticate to our server. I will explain what this means. So right here you can see it just mean allow a service or process to become another user who authenticates to it. So it's like someone giving you the ID badge to connect to your service or take your service, and then you can use their ID badge to impersonate as them. Alright, so let's understand the impersonation token or the technique that we will be talking in this video with this example. First of all assume that we have a backup service running on our computer that backup our personal file. Like if you know about the OneDrive by the Microsoft or some other backup software that takes out your files that is on your device and upload it to the cloud, or like for example Google Drive. That's what I mean by the cloud, right? So let's assume the backup service is running as the backup service account, right? And this account has low privileges, and let's assume these are my file and only I can access them because I have the full privilege over these because they are my own file, and this guy have low privilege, so this guy cannot access to these files, right? What happens is this the backup service account needs to read our files. So after that the backup service guy will backup our files to cloud, right? And since I said this guy have low privilege, now what's going to happen is that let's assume with first of all without impersonation. So if I want to backup this file manually, I will click on this and go over here and just click on some button. What it gonna do then is the backup service will try to backup our file, like for example this. So what's going to happen is that window will ask who is trying to read this specific file, and it will find out that the person who is trying to read is the backup service account. And as I already told, this guy have low privilege, I cannot read. Then window will ask, can backup service account read this guy private file or this file? So what we will get is this guy is only allowed to read or write this file, right? So we will get the error and the backup will get failed. So we can fix this manually, but it's very hard and it's one of the bad fix. So like for example, I will do instead is I will go to this specific file and right click on it. Like let me show you. Wait, so let's say this is the file, and how I am going to give manually the permission to the backup user is that I will right click on it, go to properties, and then click on the security. And over here what I will need is I will click on the edit, and then what I will do next is I will click on the add, and then just here I will type the exact backup service account name. So when I click OK, it will try to find out if the backup service account exists on this device or not. If exists, it will add the account. Right now it's not present on this device, so it's not adding. So when you add that, like let me add the everyone. So let's assume this account is this. So if I click OK, you can see right here I have added this. And when I click on this everyone user, assume this is the backup service account, I can give full permission or any permission I want, right? So this is very hard. You have to give permission to each and every file. Like for example, I want to share all of these files, I will have to go to the properties and then do this stuff manually. So it's like very hard. So what we can do instead is use the impersonate privilege. So if someone has this impersonate privilege, they can just access our file. Like for example, when we log on to our computer, it creates an access token that include information like this. I have already talked about that. I am not going to talk about that, right? So the thing is, this backup account, let's assume this backup service account has the impersonate privilege, right? So again, this guy said that I need to back up this guy's file, right? So what happens is that as you saw above, it got error like you cannot read the permission. So in this case, the window will say, yeah, this guy have the backup privilege or the impersonate privilege. So what this gonna do, the backup service account is, let me show you actually. Yeah, so window will check, does this backup service account has the impersonate privilege or no? If yes, yeah, and then it will see who we are currently logged in to, right? So if both are correct, like for example, I am logged into this and the backup service account has this privilege. So what's going to happen is that the window will hand over or give my access token this that is generated for this user to the backup service account. So now, since backup service account has my access token, like for example, so what I'm trying to say, once this backup service account has my access token, it will then again ask like this, for example, can this guy back up this guy private file? Since the backup service account has already this guy access token, so this guy and this guy just got the same privileges, and then the backup service account can just read and back up the private file, like for example this. So the conclusion is that whoever has the impersonate privilege, they can act as another person, right? As you said, it was acting or has got the privilege like the another user, for example this one. Now let's talk about which account have this impersonate privilege. So it's not like all of the accounts have this privilege. There are like some specific one, like for example local service account. They run locally on our device, like for example to serve accounts, because they need to serve different user, like there is not a single user on our device. We have sometimes we use different user, and like for example for each user there is one account. So one of the service that has the impersonate privilege is this guy. This is related to the printing and stuff. So if user A wants to print, it will the service local service account, that is this guy. So this service will look at the user A list, like what's this user A is trying to print. So for that, this service need to have the impersonate privilege, right? And let's say this guy do the same, it will look at the user B list. Other account that has the same privilege is the DNS service, like for example it's like network service account. And another we have is this one. So to understand this one, we have to go to another chat. Okay, we will be trying to understand this stuff because we need this to understand. Okay, so as I said earlier in this video, that just like this privilege, we don't steal someone access token. Instead what we do is someone give the token to us when we have this privilege, right? As you see right here, you wait for someone to hand you their badge or access token. When they authenticate to your service, they give you their identity or the access token. So let's just talk about this one. So imagine we have this website, right? And it's a website that run on the Microsoft web server. This thing right here, it's something relevant to the web server and stuff. And we found out that this website has some vulnerability, like for example file uploading vulnerability. We can upload malicious file or SQL injection, etc., right? And we somehow get the web shell. So now what is a web shell? It's like a small program that let us run our command remotely, right? So for example, this is the web shell, and we have uploaded our web shell to this specific website that we have talked about above. Now this is our web shell that we have uploaded to this website, and we can just write like this with the URL, and it will just give us the identity of the user we are logged in into, right? Or the web server has access to. So let's say we have the web shell, we have got the web shell on this IIS server, right? So this is our computer, normal computer, the attacker, and this is where we will get the web shell. So this is the website and this is our web shell. When we go to this URL, we will see the web shell. I will show you just in a moment this thing. This is information related to the web server that's running on its IP and bunch of stuff, and this is our web shell, right? So what we can do now is to go over here and we can just execute our commands. But you know what, we have limited access or limited privileges to do this stuff on this shell. So let me actually show you how this look like. I need to go to the try hack me lab. So let me actually go to Firefox and show you the web shell, like how does it look like. So I need to type the HTTP and then go to this IP. This is where our web shell is. Yep, you can see right here, this is how the web shell look like. So we can just literally type any command we want. So right here you can see, as I said, we have limited privileges, right? We can do these basic stuff. Let's see what's our current identity by typing who am I. So let me type who am I command over here and then click on run. Yep, so our current identity is this. Let's see what we can do with this account. So as you saw, we have this current identity in that web shell, and again you can see right here we have the least privileges, right? What we can do is these basic stuff like reading the basic files or write to a specific web directory, right? We cannot actually read other user file or install program or read password hashes. But what's good about this account is that it has the impersonate privilege that we have talked about minutes ago in the backup example. Let me actually show you that one as well. So if I type who am I /priv command like this and click on the run, you can see right here we have the, not this one, yep, this one. So you can see we have this privilege enabled. Now what we can do with this privilege is we can do the same stuff. Now since we understood this thing, what we gonna do now is use how we have this privilege, and our goal is to become a system level guy to get higher level privileges. Now again, as I said earlier in this video, that we will not be stealing the access token of any service or process. Instead, the service will authenticate to us and give us the access token. Right here I guess you can see, yep, this is the thing. We were trying to steal the access token from existing process, and in this we will the service will give us their access token themselves. So we will be actually targeting a process or service that is running at system level. So that's our main problem, which process or service will give us the system token. So now here it gets more interesting, is that we have one of the service in Windows, literally any Microsoft Windows. It's called the bits or background intelligence transfer service, right? So as I said, this is a built-in Windows service on every Windows system, right? And what it does is it it helps in the Windows update in the background. Like for example, you can see I have got the update again. Yesterday this was not there. So there is something running in the background that is giving us this update stuff. So this is this bit service, right? This bit service actually run on our device, and it's connected to the Microsoft update server or whatever that is, that give us these updates. So you can see right here the full flow that bit start running as this system level, and what it does is it communicates with the Windows update server, as I said. So to connect with this Windows update server, it only connects to this specific port, right? So this is where our window gets Windows remote management with this Windows server thing with this only specific port. So what bit does is it connect on this port and with this Windows update server stuff, and it authenticates. Once it authenticates, it hands over the access token to these guy. And what's in the access token is, as I said, it run as this. So mean if we can somehow get this access token, like for example you can see the attacker realization, wait a minute, if bits automatically connect to this port and authenticates a system, what if I'm listening on this port instead of the real WinRM service or window remote management service, right? So instead of this, what if we run our fake window RM service on this specific port? So what will happen is that bit will connect to us or the fake window remote management service and give authenticate to us and give us the system token. Okay, so first of all we will see if there is any service running on that specific port or not. So for that I'm just going to use this will try to find out any service with this port. Yep, so we did not get anything, I guess. So I think it's this specific port is free. So what we can do instead now is we need to run a fake window remote management service on this port. Once we run our fake window remote management service on that specific port, we will try to start the bit service, and once it starts, it will authenticate to our fake window remote service, and it will give authenticate and give the system token. So to do so, what we gonna do is yep, that's what I said. Bits thing it's connected to real window RM, but it's connecting to our fake service, and then we will get the service. So for that we will, I guess, use this command. I think they have already installed this tool in the compromised device, because I am using the try hack me labs, and what they did is they already gave us this web shell and also put this file. We will, if we are doing it in real, we will be putting this Rogue WinRM.exe by ourselves using the PowerShell. We will download this, and to get the web shell, we will be, this is another separate topic like web exploitation. So our main topic is not this one, but the impersonate token privilege. So that's why they have given us the stuff. Yep, so we will be using this tool that's present in this place, and what we're gonna do is, this is another tool that's also installed on this compromised device. And yep, right here you can see we'll start the fake window RM service on this port, and then it will wait for the authentication, and it will then execute this command. So what this is, it will create a web shell, or it will launch the cmd.exe as system level, because once it authenticate to the fake window RM service, it will have that system token, and this will be our attacker box IP, like the hacker machine, and we will be using this port. So this is not the IP we will be using instead. Hope you can see. Yep, you can see right here, this is our attack box IP. This is what we will be using. So let's first of all start the listening on this specific port on our attacker machine by copying this command and opening a terminal. And yeah, let me just start listening on this port. Now next what we will need is, as you can see right here, we are listening on this port, and what we need now is let me copy this command like this and paste it over here. So I will just fix the attacker box IP. So it's 10.9.125.149. Yep, we are good now. I can just copy this command and paste it over here, and let's see. I think it started this fake window RM service with this port. Now we are already listening on this port, so I think I need to do this to start the bit service, and I think it will work. Then we'll see. Okay, so it says access is denied. So if it was successful, the bit service will start, and what will happen then is it will give us a shell with system level over here. So now it says this. What I need to do is copy all of these stuff, go to new Claude like this, because I don't know what went wrong, and yeah, I have to copy like this and share this one as well, and also show that, or just let me type, the web shell has the impersonate token privilege, but we are getting this error. I don't know what's wrong. Can you just find out? Let's see now. Bro, what? This guy, I told him that we have this privilege. Let me show you again with a screenshot, so you can see. So as you can see, we have the privilege, but we are still getting the error. I don't know why. Let me stop this guy, share this one. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, so Claude is telling me to target this specific service. Let's see. Like this. Bro, what's wrong? Oh, so we need to remove this thing. It's running. I don't know what it will do. Let's rerun that command as well. I think we did something wrong. So can we just copy this? Yeah, this one just, and send it over here like this. It's not working. So what I'm trying to do is copy this full thing like this and go to the Claude again. Okay, I think we need to start listening on this spot. Alright, it says according to try hack me, you should not manually start the bits. So I'll just stop this and start listening on this spot. And okay, we need to, I guess, run this command. Is our attacker box IP correct? Yep, it is correct. Let's see now. It is loading. I think we need to wait. Oh yeah, it says over here you have to wait this much time. Let's just wait and see what's going to happen. Bro, it's still loading. We have to wait for that. Perfect. As you can see, we have click on the run and this is the same command, and we have got the shell over here. You can see right here. Let me just type who am I so that we can confirm that this is the anti-authority slash system. Yep, perfect. We have got a system level privilege shell. So you saw how we exploited the web shell over here, and you saw how actually we exploited the impersonate privilege. So if I type now who am I slash priv command, we will have so high level privileges. Now we can do so many stuff, like even shut down this and whatever we want. So I think we are good now. What I need to do now is there is a flag on the desktop of the administrator user. So for that I'm just going to type c slash users administrator and desktop. It's desktop, so it's like this. Oh yeah, we are on the desktop, and now we need to type the ir so we can see all of the files. And this is the flag. Let's type the type flag.txt. Perfect, we have got this, and we are done with this video. Hope you like this video. If you have any question, let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next one.